It's so good.
You like it?
Yes.
Did you think this
It's
was
incredible. No, not at all. But it looks so good. You look so good.
You like it?
I do.
Look at you!
we clean up pretty good.
Yeah, we do clean up pretty good.
Yeah.
Great, I love this.
Today at this inspired location to celebrate the union of this exceptional couple. Katie and Neil's relationship sparked over a pandemic. Great wine, of course, pairs well with pandemic times. Netflix, home-cooked meals, and a cheesy sense of humor. One of their first dates was a PowerPoint night. Neil's presentation was on the 5 animals that don't deserve to be trusted. Katie told me she never laughed the way she did that evening. Marriage can be that simple. Authenticity, patience, trust, laughter, and maybe above all, gratitude. This audience is lucky to be witness to this kind of love. The rare one-of-one bottle that flows so naturally. Katie and Neil's love is exceptional, not only because of their deep connection, but because of the individuals they are. They've invested time in themselves, learning to love and appreciate their own strengths and quirks. They're both accomplished not only in their careers, but their personal endeavors. And they both happen to counsel and mentor adolescents, willingly. Jokes aside, a healthy marriage is built on a foundation of strong and fulfilled individuals, which all here could attest for both Katie and Neil. And now, Katie and Neil will share their vows, which they've both prepared and written. These vows will serve as a compass, guiding the couple through the ebb and flow of life, grounding them in a love that will grow stronger with each passing day. Katie and Neil, the floor is yours.
Katie, when I think about all the time we've spent together, what comes to mind are all memories of us happy together. Whether it's been on a trip to Napa or Mexico, out to eat, at one of our favorite restaurants, or even when we're just watching TV with the cat snuggled up nearby, everything I think of involves us so happy and content together. The fact that those memories went out is really all the proof I need that we have found each other as the perfect companions for the rest of our lives. Not everything has been laughter and smiles the whole time, especially when you had to help me administer eye drops into Teddy. But the fact that all the positive memories are the ones that surface first is all the evidence needed to understand what the defining emotional characteristics of our life together has been. In all this time, I have come to know you as the brilliant, dedicated school counselor that you are, the dutiful daughter and sister to your family, and the dependable friend that you are to so many. Most importantly, I've come to know you as my loving best friend and life partner to me for whatever adventure that life throws our way. And now I get to know you as my wife. No matter what the situation is, I know you are truly in my corner and willing to fight for me and for us, and will always step up when I have no more percentages left to give. To find someone who is not only willing to do those things, but doesn't think twice about them, I think is what today is all about. Because it is all about celebrating someone and something that is special to the point of recognition, honor, and love. As we stand here today, ready to embark on the rest of our life as husband and wife, I vow to cherish and support you, reciprocate everything you do for me, and to never take for granted all of the ways in which you put me first. I promise to laugh with you in times of joy, not just the times in which I make a bad joke. And I promise to hold you in times of sorrow and listen with an open heart so that you always feel heard and understood. I promise to apologize and take ownership in the moments that I'm in the wrong. And I promise to do my best to make sure that there aren't too many of those. Most of all, I promise to love and celebrate you for all of our life together, and also to try and put my slippers on a little bit faster in the times when you need me to move so you can get up off the couch. Today, in front of our friends, family, and 40% of the staff at Arapahoe High School, I promise to love and cherish you for the rest of my days as my partner, my person, my love, and my one true constant in an ever-changing world. Katie, I'm so grateful to share this life with you, and I can't wait to see what adventures our future holds. In light work or dark meat, you are the love of my life, and I can't wait to spend the rest of my days making you as happy as you have made me. I love you.
I have spent a lot of time the last 9 months sitting in traffic on my way to work, thinking about what I would say to you today. How I could ever accurately explain the depth of love and commitment, I have for you and for our marriage. And do that without crying. I don't know, we'll see. When I think about our future together and the possibilities it holds, and reflect on where we started to where we stand today, I swear you read this. The resounding word that comes to my mind is joy. Since the very first day, my life with you has been filled with an abundance of laughs, smiles, and pure joy. I promise to continue to find the joy and to laugh with you every single day. I promise I will laugh at your dumb jokes I don't understand and the ridiculous songs you make up about literally everything. Because of you, I am a much lighter woman, and I will be forever thankful for that. I look forward to a lifetime of laughter and your Jerry Seinfeld impressions. Brene Brown once explained something that deep in my core I already knew to be true. Marriage is not always 50-50. On the mundane, boring, and even happy days, of course it is. But on the days you can only give 20 or 30%, I promise to shoulder the other 70 or 80, even if that means I have to do the nightly chores. I promise on those days to meet with a hug and a Miller High Life, and listen, without judgment, to whatever is weighing on your heart and your mind. And when the time comes that neither of us can pick up the slack due to a particularly challenging time, I vow to meet our marriage with a tender heart and promise to be kind and hold space for both of us to feel what we need to feel. I promise to have the patience that love and commitment demands. I promise to do my very best and be patient every single time you tell me our food needs 1 more minute, even when it's ready. I vow to give everything I've got, every day. I will never be able to fully articulate the love I have for you and for how thankful I will forever be that you chose me and I chose you, and we have the opportunity to forge ahead a life that is uniquely ours together. I cannot wait for the big moments, the trip to Europe, new job opportunities, and the day we take the leap into parenthood. But more so, I can't wait to eat pizza and watch a movie on Friday night and Saturday morning breakfast at home. To go for walks and guess the price of every house for sale and dream of what our future holds. To pick out pumpkins every fall to ensure we have the perfect amount of spooky decoration at our house. And to drink the expensive wine just because any occasion can be a special occasion. I look forward to every day because I know I get to spend it with you. From this day forward, I vow to walk hand in hand with you wherever life takes us, and vow to choose our marriage day in and day out. I promise to take every day, one day at a time, even though I like to get ahead of myself, and be the best wife and partner I know I am capable of. I believe in you, the man I know you will grow to be, and the couple we will be together. You are my teammate and my partner, and I'm so excited to call you my husband. I love you.
As a way to commemorate this day, Katie and Neil have chosen this keepsake box, which will store not only their vows, but a particularly special vintage of really great wine to be shared for a future wedding anniversary. Please place your vows inside this box. May your love, commitment, and taste in wine grow finer with time. And now, on to tradition. A heartfelt declaration of devotion, bound with bands, meant to last a lifetime. Neil. Repeat after me. I, Neil, take you, Katie, to be my wife.
I, Neil, take you, Katie, to be my wife.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
For better, for worse, for richer, for poorer.
For better, for worse, for richer, for poorer.
In sickness and in health, to love and to cherish.
In sickness and in health, to love and to cherish.
Till death do us part.
Till death do us part.
Katie, repeat after me. I, Katie, take you, Neil, to be my husband.
I, Katie, take you, Neil, to be my husband.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
For better, for worse, for richer, for poorer.
For better, for worse, for richer, or for poorer.
In sickness and in health, to love and to cherish.
In sickness and to health. In sickness and health. And what was it?
To love and to cherish.
Oh, to love and to cherish.
You know that. You got that.
Sorry.
Till death do us part.
Till death do us part.
Katie and Neil, as you've exchanged your vows and rings, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. Family and friends, I present to you for the first time, Mr. and Mrs. McCarthy.
I met Neil 13 years ago when we were both attending CU Boulder through our mutual friend Chris, who's sitting right there. We quickly became friends and have been very close for about 10 years now. In that time, we've been roommates, we've traveled to 5 different countries together, and we've had many life-changing experiences. While I was trying to come up with the content for this speech, I thought back on all of the great stories we have together. Some I'm sure many of you have heard, some I'm sure most of you have not heard for good reason. But luckily for you, we're going to go through each and every one of them in excruciating detail. And if you take a look under your seats, you'll find pictures and eyewitness testimony from people who were there to see them. Just kidding, of course. Anyway, what really stood out to me when I was thinking through all of those great stories was that each and every one of them was actually about things going terribly wrong in some way. Sometimes things went so badly it was scary or dangerous. But all of those unfortunate events became great stories because of the person I was with. Whether it's almost losing Neil forever after he wandered off in Bosnia to get an ice cream cone without his passport or cell phone, that actually happened. Or almost missing a $1,000 flight home from Japan because we accidentally stayed out drinking until sunrise. Neil and I can make jokes and crack up in any situation together, even the worst ones. And I think that's what makes our friendship so strong. And I'll just quickly note, those stories probably don't sound that bad. Those are the easy ones. I can't tell the worst ones because one of them or both of them would murder me. So. As I've gotten to know the lovely Katie the past couple of years, I've noticed the same between them. When they're telling me a story about one or both of them having something go wrong, they're laughing and taking turns telling it. There's no resentment or embarrassment, just joy. I hope only the best for both of you in your journey together, but we all go through tough times eventually. When those times come, I know you'll get through them together, laughing at and with each other as Neil and I have. If you could all raise your glasses to Neil and Katie, to appreciating the good times and laughing off the bad ones together, we all love you and wish you the very best. Cheers.
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Marcy and I am the extremely matronly matron of honor. As Katie pointed out, I am now a matron. Katie and I actually both grew up in the suburbs of Denver, like 10 minutes away from each other, lived really close, had a mutual friend or two, but didn't meet until we were 1,100 miles away in Sociology 101 in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, because we both decided to go to LSU for some reason. I asked her to go to lunch, and she pretended she already just like had so many friends, and she's like, "I'm so sorry, I have friends already." And then I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine." And she called June and was like, "We're great," and we have been inseparable ever since. Me and Katie's friendship works so well because we really do embody that opposites attract thing in a friendship manner, because Katie is calm, organized, driven, responsible, intelligent, well-spoken, and I'm literally none of those things, so it's so awesome to, but I'm funny, so. Fortunately, this dichotomy does leads us to serve important purposes in each other's lives. I help Katie get out of her own head, and I remind her daily that her curling iron is off, her garage door is closed, and she didn't turn on the oven that day, so she can relax at work. In return, she reminds me to do things like my taxes. So, like, we're equally important to each other in big ways. And I do have permission to tell this story from the bride. So one day in 2020, Katie comes to me and she's like, "Okay, I'm actually going on a date." She was thrilled. And she was like, "I'm coming over for the bestie debrief that happens after every date, and I'll let you know how it goes." So she comes over the next day after this date, and I ask her how it goes, and she goes, "Fine." I'm like, "Elaborate?" "Elaborate at all?" I'm like, "Okay, was he rude?" "No, he was great." "Was he not funny?" "No, he was really funny." "Did he not pay?" "No, he paid." I'm like, "Okay, so what was fine about it?" It's like, "Did he have like a horrible growth on his face?" And she goes, "Well, not really." And she whips out her phone and Googles Eagle Crest High School staff. and shows me this yearbook photo. And in your defense, Neil, I was like, I see no problem with this. Like, you looked fire, man. Like, you looked good. Yeah. I was like, this guy looks like he kayaks and climbs mountains in his spare time. Like, this looks awesome. And she's like, no, what is this facial hair situation? What is this hair? Like, this is crazy. I'm like, well, okay. We're 8 months deep in a pandemic. My husband had the worst mustache you've ever seen on a human being at the time. Like, I know, baby, I loved it. I'm so sorry. You know, nobody was getting haircuts. Nobody was shaving their facial hair. I was like, that's just kind of what's going on right now. But I had a theory that if you guys went on a second date and if he really liked you, he would get a haircut and or shave. So I'm like, if there was nothing glaringly wrong besides the mountain man look, he deserves a second date. And she's fine. So she goes on date number 2. She comes for bestie debrief number 2, and she goes, he got a haircut. I'm like, oh, interesting. It's almost like I knew. So I'm like, there's date number 3, obviously. Of course there's date number 3. She comes over for bestie debrief 3. He shaved his facial hair. Oh, did he? She goes, and he looks really good. I'm like, oh, does he now? So interesting. And Neil, that was when I knew that you had finally learned what I knew for years. And that is that Katie makes you want to be better yourself. Being around her makes you want to be the best person you can be, because that's what she's always striving to be and what she always wants for the people in her life. She makes you want to earn her respect and her admiration, and by being in her aura, she makes you want to earn it, earn her respect. Page turn, hang on, sorry. I feel like Neil during his fast.
Honestly. I was surprised that didn't.
Over the past few years, Neil, I have seen that in return, you allow her to be the most authentic version of herself. You also, though, push her to leave her comfort zone in a way that is really inspiring. You embrace playing backgammon and going to bed at 8 p.m. But you can also somehow convince her to go to a Blink-182 concert on a weeknight. So, you know, you get it both going. You both embrace what it means to elevate your partner while simultaneously letting them be exactly who they are. While I'm a little bitter that you chose the only man in the world who knows more worthless trivia and bad jokes than I do, I couldn't have chosen a better person for you to spend your life with. Neil, thank you for loving my best friend in the way that she deserves to be loved. Love you guys.
When's the Netflix special?